Hello and welcome back to Learning the Lyre Harp. Today we are going to be learning Silent Night. Now Silent Night has been around since 1818 and it's been a favorite song, especially around the holidays. This is in a 3/4 time, so the beat is 1, 2, 3, and it is in the key of C. If you don't have a copy of the music sheet, please go to our website learningthelyreharp.com, click on the music tab, and then you should be able to scroll down and find the music sheet for this. On the music sheet, you will notice that I have the melody for you. I've also indicated the chords that you can play with the song. So if you want to play it strictly just using the chord and sing along with it, you can do that. You can check out one of my other tutorials on how to play chords and how to adapt it onto music and apply those concepts to this song if that's the way you want to go. I've indicated my notes on that lead sheet on the chords that I use as well as the inversions. Now for this tutorial, it's going to be a very quick, and we're going to learn the song phrase by phrase, and I will let you know what the notes are as I go along. So if you don't have a copy of the lead sheet right now, don't worry about it because I will let you know as we go along, but it's still best to have a copy of the music sheet for you for future reference. It's free, so might as well take advantage of it. So let me just adjust my camera and we'll get going. Hopefully you can see my lyre very quickly. I am going to demonstrate this song using my left hand. That way I don't block the strings when I'm playing it. Normally when I play melody, I would use my right hand, but just for teaching purposes, I am going to be using my left hand so you could see what my fingers are doing and the strings that I am using. So again, as I mentioned before, Silent Night is in 3/4 time and it is in the key of C. Silent Night starts with the G, it goes back up to A and then back down to G and then down to the lower E right here. So if you want to go ahead and bracket with 3 fingers, you can do that. Or if you're not very secure there, you could just use these 2 fingers here and just hold these 2 fingers. So again, we start with a G, we hold that beat for a count and a half because it's a dotted half note, and then the A gets just half a beat, and then the back to G gets a full beat. So it goes like this. I'm going to do it slowly so you could hear the counting. So it goes G and 2 and 3 and again G, 2 and 3 and. So the count is 1 and 2 and 3 and. So let's do that again. And this time I'm just going to say the letter notes. G, A, G, E. And that E is a dotted half note, so it gets a full 3 beats. Again. 2, 3. It repeats again for the next 2 bars. It's the exact same notes that we are using. G, A, G, E. So that phrase again goes G, A, G, E, G, A, G, E. Let's do that first phrase again together. G, A, G, E, G, A, G, E. Very good. We'll move on to the next phrase. All is calm, all is bright. We go up to the high D right here. We can use our thumb for this one, and we play that note twice. Then we go down to B right here. So we have the D with our thumb, we skip a string, and our index finger goes on B. And the first note is half note, so that means it gets 2 beats. Let's do it. D, and then D again, and B for a 3 count. Let's do it one more time. D, 2, 3, and then B, 1, 2, 3. So if we do that with counting, it would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The next words, the next two bars are pretty much the same, except instead of hitting the D, we are gonna move down to C, and then we are going to be plucking with our index finger on G. So it's C, C, G. C for a count of 2, and then C again, and then G for a count of 3. 2, 3. Again, C, C, G, 2, 3. Let's do that 4 bars together, up to D, with your thumb, index finger on B. D, D, G, down to C with your thumb, and then either index or middle finger, whichever one you're comfortable with. C, C, G. One more time. D, D, B, 2, 3, C. Very good. We're going to move on to the next line. It starts with A. We pluck that A twice. And then we move up with our thumb to C. So you could either anchor your fingers there right away now, like hold them together so you know where you're going to move up if you like, or just use your index finger. I tend to like to be prepared, so I would actually just put my finger right on the C right away so I know where I'm going and I'm anchored. So A, the first note again is a half note, so that means we give that a two beat, and then the next A is a quarter note, so that's a 1 beat. Let's do it together. A, 2, and then A, 3, and then for this next 2 line, before I pluck this C, I'm gonna put all of my 4 fingers down to the strings right beside it. So now as you can see, I have C, B, A, and G. That's because we have a walking bass line. Walking bass line next. So it goes here, that's a C, to B, A, and then C. And then I'm gonna put my thumb on the A, on the G. Now, if you haven't noticed, mother and child is exactly the same as the first 2 bars. So we are starting to repeat that first 2 bars. So once you get going with this, take note of where the repetitions are, because it will be easier for you to follow along and to play the song, because there is quite a few repeated bars on this song. So again, we're playing with the A, index finger on the A, thumb on the C. We're going to play it together. A, A, all fingers down. C, B, A, C, thumb right back on the A, and then down to E. Let's do that one more time. A, all fingers down. C, B, A, C, A, G, E. Very good. Now the next 4 bars is exactly the same as what we played, so it's an exact repeat. So if you've taken the time to play this 4 bars that we just play, it just repeats again. Okay, so let's try that again, and we're gonna play this whole line straight through. A, all fingers down, C, B, A, C, A, G, E, back to A, and the C on with your thumb. A, all your fingers down, C, A, G, E. Very good. Move on to the third and final line. The first note on this is a D, and we're going to be using our index finger to pluck this note. And I am going to go ahead and anchor my thumb onto the F because that is the note that I'm going up to as soon as I play the second D. So again, we're going to be doing a half note. So that gets 2 beat, and then the next D is a quarter note, so that gets 1 beat. So it goes D, 2, and then another D, 3. And before I pluck this F, I am going to place my index finger on D and my middle finger on B right away because those are the notes that I need. So let's do that again. D, D, place. And to avoid buzzing on this, you can't hesitate. You need to put your fingers down right away. If you hesitate, you will buzz. So try not to hesitate. Try and put them in right away. Okay? Again, D, D, and then pluck the F. That gets a beat and a half. And then the B. And then I'm gonna be using my index finger to pluck that C. And I'm putting my thumb right away on the E because that is the note that I need next. C, 2, 3. It's a 3 count beat, and then E, 2, 3. Okay, let's do that again. D with your index finger, F with your thumb. D, 2, D. Again, replace. F, D, B, C, E. One more time. D, D, F, D, B, C, E. The next bar calls for C, G, and E. If you'll notice, this is actually a C chord inversion, and we're playing it as a melody. So it goes C, G, E. One more time. C, G, E. One more time. C, G, E. I'm gonna move my thumb down to G, my index finger on F. Sorry, my index fingers on F and my middle finger on D. G, F, D, C. One more time. G, F, D, C. One last time. G, F, D, C. Let's play this whole line all together now. Let's go back up to D and F with your thumb. 1, 2, 3, D, D, F, B, D, C, E, C, G, E, G, F, D, C. One last time. D, D, F, B, D, C, E, C, G, E, G, F, D, C. That's the last line. So that's the whole song for you. And if you like this song, you can go ahead and listen to the arrangement that I made for the song. It's not exactly this song because the arrangement that I did has all of the harmonies on it, and that's available for Patreon members. If you wanted to add a bit of harmony to this song, you can go ahead and do that by adding some chord notes. So I'm going to show you quickly how to do that. And again, what I'm showing you right now, you can apply to other songs. It's not just for Silent Night. So if we're going to do it on the first line. Let's go back to the first line. So the first line is G, A, G. And you will see that the chord note above it, it's a C. That means we play a C chord. So for this one, because I can't use this chord right here because it will affect the melody because I'm playing the melody, unless you are just using one hand. If you wanted to use two hands, you're gonna have to do an inversion. So you're gonna have to use this inversion here, G, C, E, so that you are free to go ahead and use the melody notes as you need them. So you can make it sound like this. And then the E. And on that one, I just did a power chord. I did a C and a G together because the E completes that chord. Again, there's my C, E, G, and you can pluck it together like this, or you could roll it, or you could play it one at a time. However way you want to do it and fit it to the melody. For this one, because I'm just showing you really quickly how to do it, I'm just gonna pluck the chord all together. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll do that again. Okay. If you are just going to be using one hand to play this, you can go ahead and use this C chord right here because the top melody note is G. So all you need to do is use the other chord tones right below it. So it can sound like this. And then for this E, you could use the inversion and put the C and the G right underneath it. Okay, do that again. And if you want to roll the chords, that's a beautiful sound, go ahead and do that. One more time. Okay, so that's how you can incorporate the chord, and go ahead and practice using the chord symbols there and just playing some of the chord tones right below the melody. That's how I would arrange a song, and that's how I would add harmony to them. Thank you so much for joining me today and learning Silent Night with me. I hope that you liked this tutorial, and if you found it beneficial, please do hit the like and subscribe button. This way, more and more people can find out about the tutorials and the work that we do for the Lyre community. If you would like to support the work that I do, there is Patreon set up, and there are some bonuses for supporters, so please do check that out. As always, have a great day and happy playing!